Hi, this is Ray from the Great Falls Public Library, and this is Hayden Orr. He's the director of Wild Horse Theater Camp. And we're going to read Zero by Kathryn Otoshi. Zero was a big, round number. When she looked at herself, she just saw a hole right in her center. Every day, she watched the numbers line up. She wanted to count too. But how could a number worth nothing become something? Zero felt empty inside. She watched one having fun with the others. One was solid and strong, with bold strokes and squared corners. Zero was big and round with no corners at all. If I were like one, then I could count too, she thought. So she pushed and pulled, she stretched and straightened, she forced and flattened, and finally became zero. She sighed. Becoming like one was too much of a stretch. 8 and 9 rolled into the scene. If you doubled yourself up, you'd be like me, said 8. So 0 twisted and turned to try to be 8. Or you could be a 9 with a longer line, said 9. So 0 pinched and puckered to try to be like 9. But 0 could only be 0. We're on our way to join the others. Come count with us, they said. 0 felt deflated. 8 and 9 were numbers with value. Of course they'd count. How could they know how she felt? Zero had a new thought. If she could impress the numbers, that would give her value. She'd leap, she'd soar, she'd sizzle, she'd shine, she'd make a grand entrance and floor them all. 0 began to roll faster and faster and faster. She leaped, flying, soaring, rocketing. Right into 1, who knocked over 2, who fell into 3 and 4, toppling 5 and 6, who crashed into 7 and 8, where they all ended up in a big pile on 9. All the numbers were bent out of shape. It's no use trying, sobbed 0. I'll never have value. I'll never be part of the count, she said. It's what's inside that counts most, pointed out 7. 0 looked at herself. But what if I don't have anything inside? Every number has value, said 7. Be open. You'll find a way. Suddenly, 0 saw herself in a new light. I'm not empty inside. I'm open. 0 rolled up to the numbers. I've thought of a way for us to count even more, she said. Count more? Asked 4. Count us in, exclaimed 7. Lead the way, said 1. Everyone counts, the numbers shouted. 0 jumped in. Then she leaped up high and said, here's something new we can try. If we help each other soar, then we can count even more. Let's count again, starting with 10. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And what's next? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. We do count more, they cheered. 0 and the numbers explored and had fun, bringing more value to everyone. And this time, when she looked at herself, she felt whole, right in her center. And that's the end. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.